Chapter 1. Tuesday, 4th of August, 2020. 601 pounds. 273 kilos. The fireman who falls to his death is Carl, and the one who kicks him out of the window is Carl. It seems like such a pointless thing to remember, but when the two firemen first arrive at my flat, Carl makes a big thing about him being Carl with a C and his colleague being Carl with a K. It would be more accurate to say Carl with a C is the one who compulsively chips in gags and catchphrases, and Carl with a K is the one who mostly works in a tight-jawed silence. It's the sort of bobbins you say when there's very little that needs to be said and silence is awkward. Everyone who has been through the flat that morning has their own versions of this mouth noise. Mostly, it consists of a series of introductions and overly cheerful explanations. "Hi Ben, I'm Josie. I'm the lead bariatric nurse, and I'll be helping to move you and making sure you're comfortable until we get to the hospital." "Hi Ben, I'm Dr. Ash, and I'm responsible for making sure that you're all fit and healthy for the big move." "Hi Ben, I'm Lloyd, and I'm one of the diabetes nurses that will be getting you safely out of your flat and into the ambulance." There are more. I chewed them out after a bit. The first name stuff is supposed to be reassuring and make me feel empowered. They all call me Ben, once they've established that I am happy to be referred to that way. Ultimately, it makes it all seem like we're a bunch of mates who get together occasionally to lift a 601-pound man out of the front wall of his home with a crane. All standard stuff. Very normal. Another of the inanities is that they all individually ask me to repeat and confirm what it is that's being done. So I tell them all repeatedly that I'm having my leg amputated, and once that is established, then we confirm which leg it is. They all ask me to go through this process, even though Dr. Ash has already drawn on my right leg and signed his initials. It's surreal to watch him do it and barely feel a thing, thanks to the nerve damage from the diabetes. Even without the messy F.A. scrawled on my leg, I hope it would be apparent to anyone even vaguely medically trained which one is the poorly leg. If the nasty sunburn hue, drifts of peeling white skin and mottled purple and black patches don't give it away, then the 4-inch scab on the top of my foot should clinch it. "So, you're having your right lower leg amputated, is that correct?" "That is correct." "And you've had the process of what's happening to you today explained?" "Yes, at least 1,000 times." "And do you have any questions?" "Yes. How did I get to this position? What went wrong? Who will care for Brown? Why can't I stop thinking about eating? Am I worth saving?" "No, it's all clear. Thank you." The council workmen arrive punctually slightly before 7 a.m. There are 4 men, dressed in black and grey multi-pocketed trousers, paint-spattered work boots and polo shirts with the Housing Association logo printed on them. They work purposefully, with a minimum of equipment, to remove the front wall of my flat and the sidings to the balcony, revealing an extended view over the surrounding buildings, the hills, and the distant city that I can see from my bed if I sit up straight. One of the first things they do when they arrive is to fix a large plastic sheet diagonally across the living room, cocooning me in a bright blank space that sucks and billows in the gentle breeze like a diaphragm. In theory, this is to protect me from the brick and plaster dust as they take down the wall, but aside from a dry taste to the air and an early fit of sneezing, there isn't much disturbance. I ask if they want a brew from behind my curtain, but a voice beyond the veil says they've brought flasks with them. I do wonder whether the sheet just makes the whole thing less awkward for them. There is a gap in the sheeting next to the wall where I can see the men as they carry large yellow builder's buckets of bricks and the patio doors out of the lounge, down the hall and out of the front door of the flat. I watch them as they trudge back through the flat, sweat seeping through their shirts as they work in the early heat. The workers don't meet my eye and seem to feel it is easier to focus on their buckets or the seams of their gloves as they walk past. The entire project only takes them about an hour, including removing the screen, and throughout that time they barely speak a word.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.